What is up, y'all? It's your boy Winston motherfucking Wolf, and I'm back to do a review about a movie called It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, starring Tom Hanks. It is about the life and times of Fred Rogers, a.k.a. Mr. Rogers. Now, this movie starts off just like an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood starts off. It's him coming in the house. He's singing It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. He's changing his clothes. But once he gets to the part where he's changing his shoes, he's got a shoe in his hand. He starts to stare at it. Music starts to fade. Colors start to fade a little bit, get all weird and shit. And then you realize he's having a flashback. So the shoe in his hand turns into this child shoe, and there's like a foot blown off in it and shit. There's bones sticking out, blood all over. And you realize he's having a flashback of when he was in the Vietnam War. So you hear a sergeant, he's like, Rogers, what are you doing? Get down. So he snaps out of it, dives for cover, big gun battle ensues. Fast forward to after the gun battle is over. Mr. Rogers and the other survivors, they're walking around looking at the dead bodies and shit. And you can tell he's been there for a while. He's got like the 1,000-yard stare and shit. So he just fucking pulls a knife out, goes up to this enemy's body, cuts the fucking head off, puts it in his bag. Like, everyone in his group is like, what the fuck? What the fuck's up with Rogers, yo? So then he goes up to some other body, starts cutting the ears off his shit. Fast forward about like 2 days later, you see Mr. Rogers. He's sitting there. He's fucking cleaning his gun. They're out in the jungle. Fucking, he's got the necklace of ears and shit. Fucking, everyone around him is like, yo, someone need to talk to Rogers about that fucking head. So the sergeant goes up to him. He's like, Rogers, you need to get rid of that fucking head. And Mr. Rogers is like, no, this is our good luck charm. We ain't had a scratch on us. We ain't had nothing happen since I got this fucking head. So the sergeant's like, yo, I'm pulling rank. Get rid of the fucking head now. So he's like, all right. So he goes and buries the head. He's like, we're in a world of shit now. So they get in a gun battle that night. They lose a bunch of dudes. After the gun battle, one of the dudes in their platoon goes off to use the bathroom, which is a big no-no. You don't go off by yourself, especially in enemy territory. So after a while, they realize he hasn't been back. They go to look for him. They find him. He's dead. He's had his fucking stomach cut open. His guts are hanging out. They also cut his dick off and put it in his mouth and shit. So now they're all pissed. They want revenge. So they roll up on this village. And you can tell it's just villagers and shit, but you already know some shit's about to pop off because they're pissed off. They want to get revenge. So one of the dudes in the group, the first thing he does is just shotguns this pig in the head. He's like, here, piggy. Boom! Just shoots the fucking pig in the head. The villagers know they're in for a world of shit. So they start fucking killing villagers, torturing them, burning the whole shit down. Mr. Rogers is just fucking wilding out. They're throwing fucking bodies down wells and shit. So this other platoon shows up, and their fucking sergeant is like, what the fuck's going on? Rogers, what are you doing? And Rogers is like, stay the fuck out of it. And then so the fucking dude's like, Rogers, he's like, I'm busting all you motherfuckers when we get back. He's like, you're on a world of shit. So Mr. Rogers is like, I fucking dare you. I will kill you. And then when I get back to the world, I'm going to kill your fucking family. So he's like, all right. So fucking later on that night, they fucking roll up to this building and shit. All of a sudden, they start getting hit by fucking sniper fire. One of their dudes is caught out in the open. He gets fucking hit. And the fucking sniper just shot him in the leg so that everybody else would come out and fucking help him, and then they would get shot too. So they just gotta sit there and listen to him. He's just like, they gotta listen to him all night. So fucking finally Mr. Rogers is like, fuck this. So he shoots his own guy from cover, because he's just like, I'm gonna put him out of his misery. I don't want to hear him anymore. So then they're like, all right, now we're not gonna say anything about this, that we killed our own guy, but we're gonna get this fucking sniper. So they fucking flank. They go around the building. Mr. Rogers goes up in there. Fucking comes around the corner, sees it's a young ass girl. It's like a young fucking, I don't know, she may be like 8, 9 years old, a Vietnamese girl. Mr. Rogers draws down on her. He's like, fucking, you ready for this, bitch? Boom! Just blows the top of her fucking head off. Fuck goes up to the body, fucking puts the gun in the mouth, fucking just unloads the whole clip. So it's just like a fucking bloody stump, yo. It's just a crazy scene. Like, you've never seen Tom Hanks in a movie like this. So then on the way back, they end up seeing that fucking sergeant that said he was gonna fucking, report him and shit. And fucking Rogers is like, hey man, I want to talk to you over here, man. And he's like, yeah, Rogers. He's like, I just boom, just fucking pulls the gun out, fucking shoots him. They're like hidden, like out in the woods and shit. So he comes back. They're like, hey, where did such and such fucking go? Like, oh, yo, we got fucking ambush, blah blah blah. Lucky to get out of there. So fucking Mr. Rogers killed the dude that was gonna fucking, he was gonna report him when they got back and shit. But so then the movie, I'm just kind of like just going through it real quick. So then he kind of fucking snaps out of it. They're like, Fred. And then he snaps out of it. He gets back to where he's shooting the show. He's done with the flashback and shit. And they're like, Fred, you all right? You all right, Fred? And he's just like, yeah, I'm just realizing it really is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Because you could tell he's realizing, like, man, I've been through all this shit. I've done all this shit, but now I'm I committed all these sins, but now I'm helping people. You know, I'm paying the world back, and life really isn't as bad as it was. You know, I'm not burning villages down. I'm not raping 14-year-old girls. I'm not doing none of that shit. So, and that's how the movie ends. And I think Joaquin Phoenix and Tom Hanks, especially after seeing this movie, I think they're both front runners for winning Best Oscars, for Best Actors. This has to be nominated for Best Picture. This is his best work since Saving Private Ryan. This movie is brutal. It's, as far as like straight up brutality, it's right up there with Passion of the Christ. But I mean, if you have a strong stomach, I would recommend It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Check it out. It's again, if you want to see how war really is and how brutal it is and how savage it is, It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is, I mean, I can only imagine that's as close as you can get. So, it's your boy Winston motherfucking Wolf. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I give it 5 dog bones. I recommend it to anybody that likes blood and gore. And I will see you motherfuckers later. Have a